Hello, I'm Jody Wolf, and you're watching Expoz. It is December 7, 2017 at 12:56 a.m. Birmingham. Topic: how can you tell outside of the gazillion signs that Jesus told us and John's vision when we will enter into just prior to the tribulation beginning, the final 7 years? The Bible tells us about the two witnesses. Doesn't say anything about them coming on the scene after the tribulation begins. They come on the scene before the tribulation begins. And I don't know if you've seen it or paid attention. There's been a host of people saying, look, they're here. Well, they may be here. I don't think you would recognize them because they'll be, I think you would if they were, because of what they wear. I don't believe they'd be going around wearing suits or street clothes like you and I. I believe they'll come just as the Bible said, and wearing sackcloth. They will come before the tribulation begins. How long? I don't know. I would think a time, weeks or months. And when they start witnessing, they'll position themselves. And guess what? A place called Jerusalem. And when they start witnessing, you will know because there will be others in Jerusalem that will try to kill them. In however manner that they try to kill the witnesses will do the same to them. So the witnesses can't be hurt. And they'll witness for 3.5 years. Doesn't say they'll be there for 3.5 years. They'll witness for 1,260 days. So they'll probably get here before that. And that is a way that the church would probably know if the church was here, if a rapture were to occur or take place. See, that would be a dead giveaway. If people really saw the witnesses and people really thought, well, here's Elijah and here's Moses. Elijah's pretty certain. Moses is debatable whether it's him or not. But the point is, I don't believe that people who aren't saved will be, how can you put it? And I'll tell it the way I feel or think, lucky enough to be able to say, witnesses, they're here. Oh my God, I got to accept Christ tonight. They're not going to have a warning like that. So the witnesses really may come on the heels or right even with the rapture of the church or the taking away. A lot of people believe the church won't be raptured, and I disagree with that by going to 2 Corinthians. But I wanted to bring that about. I wanted to tell you that they'll be here and they'll come before the beginning of the tribulation by time. A lot of people, in fact, most people teach the church will be removed before the tribulation begins. Some people think by months, if not even by years. And that would even make sense, as well as church going up and tribulation beginning at the same moment. I don't believe it'll happen like that. I don't. I believe the church will leave first, and then a time will go by. Keep in mind, there'll be utter chaos everywhere. And that means there'll be no one. When the embassy moves, there'll be no one there to well, to enforce standing by the Jews. Non-Christians aren't going to do it. The building that's there, that was probably built back in 95 or shortly thereafter, is the consulate. And the embassy can easily move right in. But they say they're scouting out places and they're going to see where they want to locate it. And Trump has agreed to continue on with his plan, but 6 months before he'd walk in the door. But the consulate wasn't there in 95. So it was built for the purposes of being the embassy. And anyway, look for that. If you're here and you see two witnesses, and they're really the two witnesses, then you probably have been left behind. And all I can say is to accept Christ at that point, you'll be safe, but you're going to die more than likely. I know there's not words of wisdom for you or encouragement, but believe me, the second death lasts for eternity. I mean, you don't die. Your soul, your worm never dies. It continues on to feel everything that hurts it, nonstop. And heads up, witnesses are coming, and they may come soon. And I don't believe, I just have to disagree on the church going away in the next 2 weeks. I really do. And again, I made an error on the date, and the date's the 12th through the 20th and not the 17th through the 23rd. Guys, this is a good thing for the United States, a very good thing for the United States. It brings us in compliance with God's desire to stand by his people, and it gives us a firmer bond to stand with the Jews, and I'm all for it. I think it's good, and I don't care who doesn't like it. Not in the least. I don't care. It's what's good for this country, the United States, is what I'm interested in, and what's good for Israel. Jody Wolf Expoz.